at WUSC with the IGNITE project. First, I want to say thanks so much for joining us on the project as a partner organization. This video is about 60 minutes long, and it'll provide you with just a bit of an orientation or overview of the IGNITE project. We've divided it into chunks, so you can feel free to watch a little bit at a time or watch the entire video. Thanks so much, and I hope you enjoy. All right, so before we get started today, I want to thank you for taking the time to review this overview introductory module to the IGNITE project. As a project partner, it's very important to us that all partner staff are given every opportunity to understand the project's big picture, such that we can optimize your time with the project and that we can achieve more results together for the youth and women that your organization serves. So please do feel free to share this video series with any of your staff who will be working with IGNITE staff or volunteers over the next few years. So IGNITE stands for Innovative Global Networks for Inclusion and Equality. IGNITE is a volunteer cooperation project funded by Global Affairs Canada, or GAC for short. The Volunteer Cooperation Program, or VCP, contributes to GAC's global development mission to reduce poverty in developing countries through partnership. Through funding provided to Canadian organizations that use volunteerism as a key mechanism, which are known as Volunteer Cooperation Agencies, or VCAs, the Canadian government provides Canadians with an opportunity to contribute to global development efforts in a sustainable way through partner organizations like yourselves that are already targeting youth, particularly young women. For more than 50 years, the VCP has engaged a broad range of Canadians interested in giving their time and using their skills and expertise to support local organizations to strengthen their capacities and performance. The current cycle of the VCP runs from 2020 to 2027, and 12 projects are currently being implemented by various Canadian NGOs. WUSC's IGNITE project is one of these initiatives. So the complete session is about 60 minutes long, but we've broken it up into several parts so that you can watch it all at once or in small sessions if you'd like. We'll start with an overview of WUSC's IGNITE project so that you can situate yourself and your organization in the project. And then the next three sections will be brief overviews of some of the key frameworks that ground our work. So one is results-based management, or RBM. The second one is the Feminist International Assistance Policy, or the FIAP. And the third is environmental sustainability and climate action as it relates to the IGNITE project. And then the last section will do a bit of a deep dive using those frameworks into the project's theory of change, including an overview of our logic model and a brief introduction to our PMF, or the Performance Measurement Framework. So you can watch it all in sequence, or as I said, you can break it up into chunks if you need to, and then at the end, if you still have questions, you can reach out to the WUSC staff in your country, and they can follow up and help you with any more answers that you need. Let's start by talking about a bit of the rationale behind the IGNITE project and why WUSC and partners like yourself want to contribute to improving the social and economic well-being of youth, particularly young women. Young people experience different challenges and have different opportunities depending on factors like sex, age, ability, refugee status, ethnicity, religion, gender identity and expression, sexual orientation, and other identity factors. People's attitudes towards these factors and the way that they intersect often result in further exclusion, inequality, and vulnerability. Globally, young women are particularly marginalized, and in addition to age-based discrimination, they also confront systematic gender-based discrimination and violence. Young people, particularly young women, are more likely to be unemployed than adults, with the global youth unemployment rate being 3 times higher than the adult rate. Across most labor market indicators, wide disparities exist between young women and young men, underpinning and giving rise to wider gaps during the transition to adulthood. For example, globally, the labor force participation rate for young men stands at 54%, compared to only 37% for young women. There's a growing body of evidence that suggests that specialized employment and entrepreneurship programs do work, especially when they're targeted at marginalized youth and when they combine training with other types of project support. Given this background, WUSC's IGNITE project aims to respond to these challenges by supporting more than 70 partners over 7 years to improve their performance in delivering inclusive and innovative programming that advances gender equality. So through improved performance of local partner organizations like your organization to deliver inclusive, innovative, and environmentally sustainable programs for vulnerable youth that advance gender equality, and with the support of international volunteers, the aim of the project, what we call the ultimate outcome, is to improve the social and economic well-being of poor and marginalized youth, particularly young women. The duration of the IGNITE project is 7 years. It runs from 2020 to 2027 and is currently in operation in 6 countries, with plans to expand to 2 additional countries in the coming years. We will work with and through over 70 partner organizations during that time to reach an estimated 1.2 million youth, 70% of whom will be young women. WUSC set out to partner with a portfolio of partners in each country who are key stakeholders in the employment and self-employment ecosystem, what we call the economic opportunities ecosystem in each project country. We considered the journey that vulnerable youth, particularly young women, make throughout their lives as they leave school and develop their livelihoods, and all of the various sectors who do and can support them on this journey, as well as the regulations that influence this journey positively and negatively, and also the barriers that they may face along the way. Then we selected partners who see themselves as part of the solution, like your organization. We involved service delivery organizations, employers, government departments, women's rights organizations, civil society organizations and NGOs, training institutions, incubators, accelerators, among many others. In some countries, the project is also partnering with organizations that target youth and young women who have what we call compounding vulnerabilities, such as forcibly displaced youth, women or youth who migrate for livelihood opportunities, and youth impacted by climate change. Each country also has a PAC, what we call a Program Advisory Committee, which involves not only all partners, but also engages other key actors who can help ensure that the program is relevant, sustainable, and well situated with national efforts to improve economic opportunities for youth, particularly young women. Through platforms like the PAC, WUSC is also trying to foster collaboration and strengthen relationships between partners to contribute to system-level changes.